Hello everybody, and welcome to this course on blogging. We're really glad you can join us, and we are really confident that by the end of this course you will have entered into the wonderful world of blogging, and you'll have found it a very useful tool for your classroom. My name is Kim Bolio, and I'm going to take you through all of the modules that are involved in blogging. Here you will find the blogging homepage. Everything you need to get started with blogging you'll find on this page. Let's do a quick orientation before we start Module 1. Remember, this is the blogging homepage, and this will be Grand Central Station. If you ever get lost and you need to come home back to this main page, you'll find a button up here on the menu bar called Home. That will always bring you back to here where you can start your journey again. What else should you notice? That in addition to a Home button, the menu bar across the top also has the various modules. Now you can see that there are 4 modules. You can also see that you can access those modules down here on the main page. So it doesn't matter which way you go, whatever you're most comfortable with, but you will need to start by doing Module 1 and then working your way through the other modules. The last thing I want to show you is that there is a place to look at sample blogs. If you click on any one of these samples, it will open up to an already existing blog site, and all of these samples will look a little bit different. But it gives you the opportunity to see, well, what does a blog look like? And here's an example. And what can I put on a blog? So spend some time scrolling around on each of these different samples and start thinking to yourself, what do I like? What do I not like? What could I use in my classroom? Start building a mental impression of what your blog can look like. All right? Once you've had 5 or 10 minutes to look around, to look at some sample blogs, come back to the home page and we'll start with Module 1. Now, Module 1 is here. And what you'll notice immediately is that there are 2 modes of instruction. The first is text-based, and the second is video instruction. I highly recommend that you use both. What you have here on the text instruction side are all the steps you need to be successful at meeting this objective. Notice that on the bottom there is a click here to print. It is important that you click that, and here you see a printer copy or a printer-friendly version of the steps. Please print this out, lay it beside your computer as you're working, and then you'll have access to these instructions as we proceed. I also recommend that you watch the video. Feel free as you're watching the video to stop, to rewind, to pause. In fact, what I would suggest is watch it through in its entirety the first time, then come back and go through it and stop as you get to each stage. If you follow that process for each of the modules, I know you're going to have great success. Let's get started. So what I have here is that it says the objective is to register for a blog. Now that means I'm not actually creating a blog, I'm just registering at a site where I can then create a lot of different blogs. So the first step says go to this website. Simply click on that link. Now what it's done is it's opened up a new page that's taken us to Prairie Spirit Blogs. Now before we go any further, please know that you now have 2 web pages open, and that's very handy because if I go to the very top of the web page and I double click, now I can see both web pages. And this is handy because I can read the instructions and I can perform the instructions at almost the same time. So if you look, this is my Prairie Spirit blog page. and this is my, over here we have our Prairie Spirit Learning Resources page. Okay, so I have both of those up and running. Now I go back here and it says that I need to click on register. Go over to the Prairie Spirit page, click on register. It says follow the instructions as they appear on the page. Okay, so let's open this up large and look at the instructions. First thing it's asking me to do is to type in a username. Now type in something that you're going to remember. It could be a username you already have. It could be something that's more familiar to you. But once you've created that username, write it down somewhere so that you don't forget. The next step is to type in your email address. This needs to be a Spirit email address. If it's not a Spirit email address, you will not be able to register. Okay? I've done two things. Put in my username, put in my Spirit address. I'm following the instructions. Let's go back and look at what it says to do next. It says, choose just a username, please. So I have two choices. Give me a site or just a username, please. I'm going to choose just a username. And then I'm going to click next. Okay? Now what it's telling me is that I'm already registered, so you can't do this again. But what it will do for you is it will email you a link back into the Spirit site. Open your email account, find that link, click on it, and you have then registered for a blog. Alright? That's Module 1. You're all done. I would like to review it quickly with you. You go to the Blog Spirit site. Okay? Double click on the top. Click on Register. Put in your username. Put in your email address. Click on just a username. Click Next. Check your email and follow the instructions in your email. If you do that, you're all done. Module 1. If you have questions, please contact the Prairie Spirit Help Desk. Please contact me and we can sort out your problems. Okay? That's it for Module 1. Have some fun playing around. When you feel you've mastered it, when you feel you've got it, then you can come back and we'll start Module 2. Thanks very much.